China has just unveiled drones that flap their wings like birds and are invisible to radar. Researchers are doing something a bit strange, huh? Teaching robots to learn how to surround an ambush. With the help of theory of mind, scientists have discovered a new molecule that can prevent cell death. Elon Musk appeared, saying that the Colossus explainable artificial intelligence, the world's largest supercomputer, will soon jump from 200,000 NVIDIA GPUs to 1 million of them. Their goal is to dominate artificial intelligence. And could it be that finally some conspiracy theorists were right? Well, science has tested whether 5G is really harmful to us human beings. And look, you might be surprised by the result, huh? These and other new developments in technology will be in this episode. And that's what we're going to see in today's video. After the intro. Hello, impressed and impressed. I'm Realidade Impressionante, and you're watching Realidade Impressionante. If you enjoy our channel, please like, share, and comment on this video to help engagement. And a startup in the United States is bringing to the field a type of robot that's different from what we're used to seeing, a bio-inspired one. This Centipede robot is designed to navigate the toughest terrains, removing weeds without damaging the crops. These machines, when fully operational, could transform the way farmers control invasive plants and delicate crops like blueberries, strawberries, and grapes. And this is a cheaper, lighter, and incredibly efficient solution, without pesticides or agrochemicals. Growth Control Robotics developed these Centipede robots, inspired by the agile, flexible movement of arthropods. Unlike standard farm machines, they use cable-driven legs for smooth propulsion. This innovation allows the robot to move through hard-to-reach areas without sinking or crushing crops, something that robots with wheels or tracks can't achieve. The system's simplicity is key. Few motors manage multiple connected segments, cutting costs and boosting robustness. Control Robotics believes that their robotic centipedes can drastically reduce the costs of weed control, which currently reach thousands of dollars per acre on perennial farms. The system is scalable, autonomous, and designed to work 24 hours a day in swarm mode. And versatility is another advantage. These robots can remove weeds quite easily by pulling them out mechanically. In the future, who knows? Maybe lasers could precisely remove them. This technology is already being tested on Georgia farms with blueberry and vineyard producers. These tests will refine the navigation and adaptability capabilities of the centipedes before they can reach the market. GCR's engineers are already involved beyond agriculture. They have studied uses in relief, military, and search and rescue missions in complex terrains. Thanks. Duke and Columbia University researchers have made a notable advance in robotics. They created HUMAC, an approach that teaches robots to collaborate with each other, just like humans already do, and using a typically human cognitive skill, theory of mind. The idea is that these robots are able to predict each other's movements, both of partners and enemies. And the result? Robots that surround, ambush, and work together, achieving an impressive 84% success rate. HUMAC, or Human-Guided Multi-Agent Collaboration, allows a single human to train entire teams of robots in collaboration strategies. Unlike trial and error learning, which uses time and resources, HUMAC employs targeted interventions at key moments, exactly like a human coach would guide their team during a match. This approach helps the machines understand the collective plan, anticipating both the actions of allies and the reactions of opponents, as if they could instantly read each other's intentions. To demonstrate effectiveness, scientists tested the mini-robots in dynamic scenarios like tag or hide and seek, using a mini arena with obstacles and limited visibility. Without HUMAC, the capture rate was only 36%, but after just 40 minutes using the HUMAC system, the robots learn to cooperate, surround, and capture the targets, raising the success rate to an impressive 84%. Let's hope the machines surround us to protect us, not to imprison us. Just kidding. Even in real-world tests with ground vehicles, the rate remained at 80%. There are endless possibilities. Imagine swarms of drones coordinated in real time on search and rescue missions after natural disasters, covering areas very efficiently without overlapping each other. That would be a beneficial and very interesting application for all of us. or even in military missions, as will usually happen. Sadly, that's what humanity does, where infantry robots will operate as a team, planning ambushes and tactical encirclements without relying on human operators, and can ambush humans as well, isn't it? HUMAC enables robots to act autonomously, coordinate actions, and use collective intelligence, not just obey. And the researchers are already planning to scale this system up to larger groups in more complex tasks, where collective intelligence will be the key to everything. Let's reflect a little here. By teaching robots to think like humans, we are giving them the social tools that until recently were exclusive to us, and of course, to some other animals as well. But this opens up a very deep dilemma. If the machine learns to cooperate, anticipate, and act in groups, are we still fully in control? Or are we, in practice, creating collective systems that in the future may act with their own objectives? Especially in military environments where ethical lines are already quite blurry, isn't it? All of this is still pretty basic. But if we think about the evolution of technology in the future, we won't just see robots on an individual level, but artificial collective minds. So, where is all this going to lead? Can you make a prediction? Tell me in the comments. It's really important, and it sparks some discussion where we can exchange ideas. And I might even change my point of view, maybe, right? Or, I don't know, maybe you change yours. Or someone else changes theirs, I don't know. Comment here, that will help a lot. In the video, the vision behind Colossus, the mega project led by Explainable Artificial Intelligence, Elon Musk's artificial intelligence company. This supercomputer is so powerful it can single-handedly change the global artificial intelligence landscape. And in record time, Colossus has already reached the impressive mark of 200,000 NVIDIA GPUs in operation. And the goal, although quite ambitious, is now clear. To reach 1 million GPUs, a fast-paced race that aims to put explainable artificial intelligence well ahead of giants like OpenAI, Meta, and Oracle. The Colossus isn't just big in numbers. It was built in just 121 days, an achievement that would normally take 2 years in traditional projects. Today, this machine provides 194 petabytes per second of memory bandwidth and over 1 exabyte of storage. GROK. 3 Explainable Artificial Intelligence's most advanced artificial intelligence model was trained in this vast environment, focusing on reasoning, math, coding, and world understanding. Explainable Artificial Intelligence powered the Colossus by connecting it to a dedicated substation, securing 150 megawatts from the Tennessee Valley Authority. But Elon Musk went far beyond that. He also added a Tesla Megapack battery complex as a backup, ensuring that even during blackouts or demand spikes, the Colossus keeps running without interruptions. These batteries, besides keeping the system running 24 hours a day, also have the capacity to return energy to the grid at strategic moments, of course, thus turning the Colossus into a kind of intelligence and energy plant. Despite the rather impressive speed, the plan to reach 1 million GPUs also raises concerns about energy consumption and associated emissions. Explainable Artificial Intelligence started out using natural gas generators, but the rapid growth of the Colossus itself forced the company to look for more sustainable energy solutions. The strategy is clear. Consolidate the Colossus as the world's top artificial intelligence training platform. Able to accelerate advanced models like GROK and support the X ecosystem, the logistics social network, the Colossus is much more than just a supercomputer. It represents the next chapter in the global artificial intelligence race, where processing power will be the most valuable currency of the next decade. The question remains, will Elon Musk's focus on raw computing power lead to the next artificial intelligence revolution? Or will energy and environmental challenges slow down this escalation? Let me know down below. Now imagine if we could stop the natural cell death process in degenerative diseases, like Parkinson's. This possibility, once thought limited to science fiction, has just moved closer to reality. A study from the Wayne Medical Research Institute in Australia has found a new molecule that blocks cellular decline called apoptosis, paving the way for the development of new therapies that can slow the progression of neurodegenerative diseases. The study focused on B-cell lymphoma, 2 family proteins which regulate apoptosis. Within this group, the BACS and BACS proteins are the executors, piercing the mitochondria and triggering cell death. In neurodegenerative diseases, overactive proteins cause essential neurons to die prematurely. Scientists at the National Drug Discovery Center screened over 106,000 compounds before discovering molecule 3,773. This small organic compound showed a unique ability to prevent BACS from reaching the mitochondria, thus blocking the process of cell death in neurons. UR 3773 acts directly on BACS, preventing it from binding to the mitochondria. This stops mitochondrial membrane rupture and shields cells from inevitable damage in diseases like Parkinson's. Though not directly involving artificial intelligence, developing this molecule leveraged advanced automated screening and high-throughput predictive algorithms to speed up finding the ideal compound. This highlights technology's cutting-edge role in discovering new medicines. The goal of this innovation is very clear: to create a new class of medicines that preserve brain cells in degenerative diseases. This can slow or even halt the progression of currently incurable conditions like Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, and traumatic brain injuries. By stopping programmed cell death, we're essentially hacking a core biological process. Of course, I'm talking about research that still has a long way to go, but this raises a pretty deep existential question. If we manage to stop cell death, are we just buying time or opening the doors to redefine the very concept of aging and mortality? Is humanity ready for an era where the end is no longer a biological certainty, but rather a therapeutic choice? I'm reflecting and want your opinion. Because by challenging apoptosis, scientists are not just confronting diseases, they're challenging the very clock of life itself. So tell me your opinion down below, and I'll challenge you. Now, imagine being in a conflict zone and seeing nothing but ordinary birds in the sky. But what you're seeing, you don't know they're not ordinary birds. They could actually be drones ready to observe, attack, or even launch micro-munitions with great precision. Crazy, isn't it? Well, China has just turned this concept into reality. At the 10th Intelligent Military Technology Exhibition in Beijing, China revealed a new generation of unmanned aerial vehicles that not only fly but also flap their wings, like real birds, reaching a level of biomimicry that is almost perfect. Most concerning, they look identical to the human eye and are undetectable by radar. These drones, known as ornithopters, also fit into the concept you saw in the thumbnail, so it's not clickbait, it's just bait. You're seeing the same thing in this visual at points in the video. These so-called ornithopters, not exactly the ones you're seeing, are presented in various bird forms, from small doves to powerful eagles. These are drones that flap their wings, disguise themselves in the sky, and fool both human eyes and radars. They're called ornithopters. The lighter ones weigh just 90 grams and send live images. Larger models like the hummingbird have a 2-meter wingspan launch mortars and operate in coordinated swarms. These ornithopters are built with lightweight and flexible materials, allowing for reuse and easy maintenance. Another key feature is customizing the design for local bird species, improving camouflage in urban and rural areas. The goal is simple: infiltrate, surveil, and attack stealthily without alerting the enemy. China has also unveiled defenses against these new stealthy threats. An example of this is the remote K-25 facility, which is equipped with interception devices and intelligent algorithms capable of neutralizing these small drones at 200 meters with 90% accuracy. The system is part of a decentralized defense network, which can be operated remotely, reducing risks for human operators and increasing efficiency against enemy drone swarms. The presentation of these drones marks a new phase of modern warfare, where distinguishing nature from machine will become increasingly difficult. And the world seems to be heading in a direction where nature itself will be falsified and used as a weapon. If birds can be drones and forests can harbor swarms of these weapons in the future, the question won't be what is a drone, but rather what is still real. And even more so when technology mimics life. With such perception, it's not just security that's at stake, but our very perception of reality. Because the invisible war isn't just about metal and algorithms. As we're seeing it unfold, though, it's going to be psychological, and that's what's going to complicate everything. That old story about traveling from Earth to Mars in just 45 days is back in the spotlight. But this time, it seems like something is really becoming a reality, thanks to the new generation of nuclear space engines. The Space Nuclear Power Corporation, also known as Space Nuix, has just been named an industrial partner in a program to develop a new space propulsion system based on nuclear fission, coupled with electric thrusters, which would be able to reduce travel time, which today would take about 6 to 9 months with conventional technology. The key is in the combination of an advanced fission reactor, which heats up and generates constant energy, with ultra-efficient electric propulsion. Space Snook says it will enable continuous spacecraft acceleration in a vacuum, aiming for rapid interplanetary exploration starting with Mars. With engines up to 25 times more efficient than chemical ones, these spacecraft will have greater maneuverability, reduced weight, and be safer for long missions. In partnership with United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, the SPAR program will develop a second-generation reactor that operates at higher temperatures and significantly reduces spacecraft mass. Space Nooks tested its CRUST reactor, which was validated in 2018. With its new generation, the company aims to build lighter, more efficient, and adaptable reactors for civilian and military missions. Although propulsion is the main focus, integration with advanced artificial intelligence and automation systems will be essential for autonomous management of navigation, maneuvers, and crew safety during interplanetary journeys. Well, and how can all of this help humanity? According to them, exploration of Mars and beyond, with faster, more frequent, and safer missions. Interplanetary colonization, lowering health risks to astronauts from long-term space radiation. Military and civilian uses, including interplanetary cargo, planetary defense, and artificial intelligence integration. Imagine large data centers located at specific points in space, where artificial intelligence would be powered by both direct solar and nuclear energy. It's a fact that a fully developed technology like this would lead humanity into a new era of space exploration, where the time between two planets would no longer be measured in months, but in weeks. Because by mastering fission in a vacuum, we break the barrier of waiting and put humanity on an irreversible path toward the unknown. And maybe the greatest impact of this technology won't be on Mars itself, but right here on Earth, when we look up at the sky and we realize that now going there is just a matter of choice. Would you go? And ever since 5G networks started being deployed, countless conspiracy theories have emerged claiming that 5G waves could be silently poisoning us. But what if I told you that a team of scientists decided to put this to the test? Literally, of course. In Germany, researchers from Construction University exposed human skin cells to 5G waves, which are extremely powerful, 10 times above the safe limit. The goal was clear: to find out, using rigorous scientific methods, whether 5G really alters DNA or causes real damage to human cells. The team used two types of human skin cells, fibroblasts and keratinocytes. These cells were exposed to electromagnetic fields at 2740.5 GHz, the same frequencies 5G will soon use globally. And the boldest one, as mentioned, the waves were used at up to 10 times the safe standard intensity for 2 to 48 hours. And the scientists then analyzed two critical points: gene expression, which shows how genes are activated or deactivated, and methylation patterns, which are chemical marks on DNA that control gene behavior. The result? Only minimal changes, so small that they were considered statistically irrelevant. The data confirmed that there is no evidence of damage caused to human skin cells by 5G waves, even under extreme conditions, as was the case in the test. This study is the first to use advanced ribonucleic acid sequencing techniques of the complete genome and methylation arrays to be able to analyze whether 5G at that level of depth would really cause any damage to human skin. This comes up because 5G is already available elsewhere, but not yet in Brazil. Besides speeding up mobile networks, it has also become a target of misinformation. Today, more than ever, theories have emerged linking the technology to diseases and even genetic mutations. Another important point worth highlighting: 5G waves have a limited range. Frequencies below 3 GHz penetrate only 10 millimeters into the skin. As for the higher ones, like those from 27 to 40, they reach only 1 mm or less. In other words, they don't even reach the internal organs, acting only on the outer layer of the skin. At worst, it might cause skin cancer, but that doesn't occur, so relax. This research provides another clear scientific rebuttal to the 5G conspiracy theories. The data is straightforward. Even fields 10 times stronger than real 5G did not cause measurable damage to human skin cells. And are you still afraid of 5G? Or will you now look for more reliable sources to better understand this and other technologies? Work in real life and what impacts they have. The impressive reality I present here is a reliable source. I personally curate everything I present to you and make sure to find out the truth before delivering it to you. All right, nice and easy. Here we separate facts from rumors, always using science and my sources, which you can find here in the description. Did you like this video? Did you like this episode? Then go ahead and subscribe right here. There are 2 other suggestions on your screen. Click on one of them and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Kiss. 5G water is healthy. Drink water. 5G lets you watch my videos in 4K quickly.